is a story we first told you about last year. Bayer has continued research on their short stature corn hybrids, which can withstand thunderstorm wind speeds of 75 miles per hour. The hybrids are 30 to 40% shorter than conventional corn, making it less likely to break in high wind events. Iowa has been the point of origin for testing, and Bayer plans to grow test sites across the state this summer, including one in Dyersville.
A lot of the work that we started from a discovery standpoint originated from our research site near Huxley, Iowa. And so we've been working on this for several years, but certainly the weather challenges that we've seen in the recent years have accelerated and focused our attention on many of these acres and for the growers in the state of Iowa.
Bayer plans to begin offering the crop in 2023 to select farmers to continue testing, and the goal is to have the crop on the market for all in 2024.
And corn, of course, getting a lot of attention lately in the media and from politicians as gas prices rise across the country. Tonight, I investigate the carbon cost of ethanol, how it compares to gasoline, and what can be done to further reduce its carbon footprint. Ethanol production has been the cornerstone of Iowa's economy for the better part of 2 decades. Its use as an additive in gasoline has been around since the 1970s, but it boomed in the early 2000s when a petroleum-based fuel additive called MTBE was banned in several states after it began leaking into the water supply.
Of course, the petroleum industry wanted to do it instantly to reduce their liability, and let's put ethanol in its place. Well, we didn't have enough ethanol, and so it actually started a boom in ethanol production.
According to the Iowa Corn Growers Association, 57% of corn grown in the state now goes towards ethanol production.
You're going to be able to keep filling up with E15.
Touted as a cleaner alternative to regular gasoline, both sides of the aisle have celebrated the lifting of a ban on E15 this summer. But a study published earlier this year from the University of Wisconsin suggests otherwise, claiming land use change in corn production has an adverse effect on the environment.
What this study did was look at some USDA statistic data from 2008 to 2016, coming to some conclusions that did the U.S. core ethanol production result in land use change in Midwest.
Dr. Michael Wong has been studying ethanol greenhouse gas emissions for 25 years at Argonne National Lab in Illinois. Several studies from Argonne during this time have shown ethanol-based fuels do have some greenhouse gas benefit.
From 2005 to 2019, we have much higher ethanol yield, meaning we generate more ethanol from the same amount of corn with less fossil energy inputs. So those two major factors led to having less greenhouse gas emissions per gallon of ethanol.
Because greenhouse gas emissions from land use change can't be directly measured, the assumptions made in this study may have played a big role in its result.
These models are so complex that your choice of parameters is going to have incredible impact on the answer that you get.
Our results consistently show that ethanol does have greenhouse gas reduction benefit.
The key takeaway from both Dr. Wong's work and the University of Wisconsin study, ethanol production and ethanol use can be more efficient. Scientists at Argonne continue to study engine manufacturing to make ethanol-based fuels even more productive.
There are instances where ethanol can help to reduce emissions and allow for that engine to reach its maximum efficiency or performance to unlock that potential.
Additionally, Dr. Brown and Dr. Wong argue that farming practices that act to reduce carbon emissions should be incentivized.
We need to be paying more attention to something called regenerative agriculture. And the name tells it all. The notion, can we actually start building soils by changes in agriculture? And when we're building soils, what we're doing is we're adding carbon. We're adding carbon actually from the atmosphere. So this is building soil carbon, soil organic matter, and we can change the way we do agriculture to accomplish that.
If we take all these activities, we could drive ethanol carbon intensity to zero.
And thanks for joining us for this Weather First special on Iowa's Wild Weather.
You can connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
And if you missed any part of this special, you can always catch our work online at iowasnewsnow.com.
You can stay up to date with Iowa's wild weather with the Iowa's News Now weather app. Thanks for joining us.